Oh my, oh my God, man! How many fucking marks will watch this piece of garbage ass fucking WrestleMania, dog? Like, how many niggas will pay outrageous ass ticket prices just to watch not one night but 2 nights of garbage? Like, this year, I'm not even gonna watch WrestleMania. I'm gonna just watch the highlights. Like, how many more years are we gonna have of this bald headed big nose fuck ruin wrestling, ruin WWE? Like, and I've been saying this for the longest time, but it seems like a lot of people just don't listen. But there's some other people that actually have sense that have noticed and are finally coming to the realization that Triple H cannot book worth a damn. Like, you've seen the way he's, booked Austin Theory. So you've seen the way he's booked the tag team division. You've seen the way he's booked the women's division, the main event. He's put his greasy ass hands all over that shit. And it's like, you know, I don't know how many more times people will not come to the realization that this guy is literally burying the company. These dumbass niggas don't even realize too. WrestleMania is not even sold out, dog. Like, there are still, from the last time I checked, 40,000 seats still available. So you mean to tell me WWE at the height of their career, at the height of, the company, more money than ever, right? Well, we're in a boom period, that WrestleMania is not even sold out. All right. All right. And this is just the hypocrisy that Triple H thinks, you know, that the company's on fire, that people are so slow and actually think the company is doing the best it's ever been. Bro, if it's so good, then why hasn't the show sold out? But, I'm going to give y'all why. The first part has to do with these matches. Like, that's just plain and simple. The card for this year is complete and utter trash. Like, do you really care? Like, actually ask yourself this. Do you really care for Bianca versus Io Sky, who just magically was just put in this match, versus Rhea Bloody Ripley, the bitch Triple H has been jacking off to for the past, I don't know, God knows how long she's been in the company. Ever since NXT. Like, who never seems to get out of the main title picture. But do you really care for, the New Day versus the Viking Raiders? Like, do you really care for that? Like, only match I somewhat give a damn about is probably John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. But even then, I never put out any videos talking about, like, John Cena's like heel promos after Elimination Chamber. WWE has, like, I've been waiting for this for a long time, and not only have they botched this heel turn, but they've actually kind of ruined it. And I wouldn't mind if John Cena was a face now, like, you know, because he's barely on the show. He's barely like he had a good promo against Cody Rhodes, which he actually buried. I don't know why niggas were saying, "Oh nah, Cody held his own." If he held his own, then why is it that everything John Cena was saying was true about him? Like, all Cody really had to just, come back with this dude was, you know, oh, you can't wrestle. And it's like, out of all the things John Cena said about you taking money out of rich people's, kids, you know, you can't find your character. You basically a ripoff of your dad. Like, dumbass neck tattoo. Like, after all John Cena cooked you with, all you have to say was, "Oh yeah, but you can't wrestle." Okay, nigga. Okay. And this is my problem with WrestleMania. Like, this is the main event. At this point, if they don't put John Cena to win over Cody Rhodes, that probably has to be the dumbest thing ever. And I know WWE, like, they love booking themselves in a corner with this one, you know. Because what's the point? What's the point of, for the first time in like 20 years, or 21 years, that John Cena finally turned heel, but y'all want to pit him against Cody Rhodes and he loses. Like, that has to be the dumbest. Like, whoever booked themselves, just shoot yourself in the foot, man. Like, if you really make that decision, like, just shoot yourself in the foot, man. Like, but I've been hearing reports that I've been seeing, like, online, like, John Cena's like appearances, and it's actually after WrestleMania where he's still appearing, on WWE, like SmackDown or Raw, and he's advertised for, I don't know why they call it WrestleMania Backlash, but he's at Backlash this year. So, if that doesn't say he's probably gonna win, I don't know what is. And now they can finally end Cody Rhodes' mediocre ass title run. Like, you know, I'm just ranting about everything today, man. Like, Cody Rhodes, ever since Roman Reigns lost to this nigga, his title run has been the worst title run in WWE history. And I'm going to give you why. He hasn't built up the title. He's made the title feel like, it has to be on the show every week. And he has to, he has to make it seem like that's the main title that matters. When in all actuality, man, I wish they could just go back to, like, the Universal and WWE championships at this point. Like, that undisputed title really don't mean shit. Like, at least when Roman had it, he elevated the title. It made it seem more prestigious. Cody Rhodes, like, I'm getting tired of him holding that belt. Like, it's the NWA championship from the 80s. And I'm tired of him, like, just being, like, on the show, like, all the time. At least with Roman, every time you seen him, it meant something. With Cody Rhodes, I just, you know, every opponent he's had is trash. Like, every feud he's had is garbage. And WWE, they just, you know, with Triple H beating off to this champion. Like Cody Rhodes, for starters, like the number one reason why he's a trash champion, he's not a fucking draw. Cody Rhodes, if he were the main event at pay-per-view, that's just not gonna sell out. And it's like what John Cena said with his character, like, bro, you're too polished. Like, you're too clean. Like, and this is why, like, the nigga literally cooked his ass. But you're gonna have still some people that said, oh, Cody held his own, and Cody, he cut a good promo. And it's like, the nigga has a list. Like, he can't really, like, Cody cutting a promo just has to do with him yelling, talking about I deserve this, and bringing up his father. Like, pretty much it. And so his title reign has been lackluster. The night 2 main events, like, this really, it pisses me off so much because this match, and to a degree it doesn't, because it's so laughably bad. Like, so you have CM Junk versus Seth freaking Rollins versus the Tribal Chief in a triple threat match, which I think, ever since it's been announced, is the dumbest match in WrestleMania history. First of all, what are these three men fighting for to obtain in the future? There are no stakes for this match. There is no, if you win, you're going to go face, the champion. There's none of that shit. Like, at least with Gunther versus Jey Uso, at least there's somewhat something there, even though I'm barely interested in that match. And that match has already happened on Raw, regardless. But it's like, come on, man. Like, the only thing that these three men are fighting for, which is pretty homosexual, is Paul Heyman. Like, you mean to tell me three grown men are fighting for another man? Hey, man, I don't swing that way, but this match is pretty, it gives homoerotic vibes. Like, because even when CM Punk told Paul Heyman, you owe me a favor, like, that alone just, man, like, like, this match is retarded. Like, this match doesn't make sense. Like, this match is basically for a favor. And after years of complaining and bitching and moaning, I guess CM Punk finally got what he wanted, which was the main event WrestleMania, or one night of WrestleMania. And this is why, like, this match is, like, so laughably bad. Like, I don't, like, I probably already know what the ending is gonna be. Somebody's gonna screw over Roman or Seth, and then either Seth wins and then he gets a favor, and Seth is a Paul Heyman guy. Like, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the end result. But even then, it's like, okay, what next? Like, And this is why, like, this WrestleMania, like, this match specifically is like the dumbest match on the card. Like, why are we doing this? Like, what's the point of this? Like, but you have Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair, which they brought a sense of realism, but it still doesn't really make me care that much. Um, yeah, and then that's pretty much it for WrestleMania. Like I said, man, like on this final note, I'm gonna just go in on Triple H's booking. This guy, like, I hope TKO, I hope they release him real soon, man. Or I hope they change the creative booking for WrestleMania because for months now, I've been sitting back and I've been really paying attention to what and how he's been booking everything for WWE. Like every match, you know, every heel turn, face turn, whatever. Like, and it's lackluster. Like, all his NXT darlings, you know, this 50-50 booking, you know, all these terrible title reigns that nobody really cares about. It's like, man, you know, I'd rather have Vince back in charge, but people are gonna ride Triple H's dick so hard, you know, like to them, nothing is wrong with his booking. These are the same marks that still go to these shows. That everything with WWE, like I know a guy personally who, like, ever since Vince McMahon stepped down, it's like he said, "Oh yeah, the product is a lot better." But I wanted to believe him, and I wanted to see Triple H's booking, you know, if it's better or if it's worse. And I already knew from the jump it was terrible. It's just god awful. Like, but yet people still say, "Oh yeah, like it's better than what Vince had." And it's like, no, no, it's not better. Like this guy is the sole purpose and the sole reason why this company is is failing. It's going down the drain. Like they could talk about how much they've sold and how it's been the biggest PLE of the year, but it's like it's all lies. Like, but I guarantee this is gonna be the worst WrestleMania ever. And even last year, like last year it was really bad, but it wasn't as bad as this. I would take last year's WrestleMania over this. Because at least last year, you know, you had niggas complaining for Cody and all that. And it's like, all right, but, at least we get to see The Rock, in a match. This year, not so much. And, I wish they would just remove Triple H from creative and just put somebody else in that bitch. Because I'm tired of this dude ruining wrestling, man. Like, if you want a product to really do better, you have to remove, some imperfections. You have to remove people that make the worst booking decisions. And Triple H has made the worst booking decisions, plural, ever. I mean, for God's sake, if today's Friday, right? The 18th. Either today or tomorrow is the Hall of Fame. I don't really keep up with that shit. But this nigga put himself in the Hall of Fame again. Like, for what reason, you ask? I don't even know. This has to be the third time, man, that this person has put himself in the Hall of Fame. And it's like the dick rotting of this dude, you know, people praising him and all that. And it's like, man, like, people will buy into whatever just for the fact that they love Triple H, the character. A lot of you niggas don't even know as a booker how terrible of these shows he's booked. And a lot of people are starting to see it now. Like, you know, I've seen a lot of WrestleMania 41 rant videos, and majority of it has to do with Triple H's trash booking. And I'm glad, you know, people are finally waking up and smelling the coffee. Because, you know, if this product really wants to improve itself, it's gonna have to get rid of this bald-headed, big-nosed fuck. And that's gonna be hard too, because one thing I've studied about this guy is he doesn't like it when people get over by themselves. So a lot of people, you know, that he's made champion, most of these niggas are ass. Like, and they cannot sell out an arena worth a damn. You know. So that's my WrestleMania 41 rant. Like I said, I'm not gonna be watching the show. I'm just gonna look back and see people complain about how trash of a WrestleMania this is going to be this year. You know, like I said, I know a guy who just dick rides the fuck out of Triple H. Like, he's like a messiah or some shit. And it's like, man, I can't wait to see the disappointment on his face. But I'm out, y'all. Peace.